The world shifted on its axis for me a couple of months back. I'm 32, and just 2 months shy of walking down the aisle with Sarah, who's 30. We'd been together for a while, and honestly, I thought we were solid. She was the one. Or so I thought. This story isn't about how I became a victim, it's about how I handled business when the foundation cracked. It all started innocently enough, or so I believed. Sarah told me she was going on a chill girls trip for her bachelorette party. Just 4 of her closest friends, she said. Wine tasting, spa stuff, and a private chef at an Airbnb. Sounded tame enough for me. I even helped her pick the place, thinking I was being the supportive fiancé. Private chef, huh? At the time, I didn't think much of it. Looking back, maybe that was my first mistake, not questioning things more. I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt, especially those I trust. Call it naive, call it being a hopeful dumbass, but that's how I roll. I don't go looking for trouble where there isn't any. A couple of days after she got back, I got a random Instagram message. Some dude I didn't know, sending me a message saying my fiancé was all over another man during her trip. My first reaction? Block him. Figured it was some random trying to stir shit. People do that, right? Jealous ex, a prank, who the hell knows? I wasn't about to let some internet troll mess with my head, especially not with a wedding 2 months away. I brushed it off, chalked it up to internet bullshit. But there was this tiny, insistent tickle in the back of my mind. A feeling that something wasn't quite right, but I pushed it down. You want to believe the best in people, especially the one you're about to marry. That's probably another one of my mistakes, wanting to believe so badly that everything was fine that I ignored my gut. Then came the email. From the Airbnb host. They thought I was the one who booked the place and asked if we wanted to leave a review. They also attached a few Ring camera photos from the porch as a heads up, since a few extra guests stopped by. Extra guests? That didn't sit right with me. Sarah said it was just her and 4 friends. My stomach dropped. I opened the photos. And there it was. Plain as day. In one of the photos, around 2 a.m., my fiancée, Sarah, was clearly kissing a shirtless guy outside. Not a peck, not a friendly hug. A full-blown, lips locked, tongue probably involved kiss. My heart hammered against my ribs. That chill girls trip suddenly looked a whole lot less chill. And that private chef? Yeah, I guess he cooked up more than just dinner. I stared at the picture, the blood draining from my face. My hands started to shake. The anger was a slow burn, starting deep in my gut and working its way up. Disbelief warred with a cold, hard dose of reality. This wasn't some random internet troll. This was undeniable proof, sent by a neutral party. The Airbnb host. I felt like an idiot. All those little red flags I'd dismissed, the nagging feeling I'd pushed away. They were all screaming at me now. I waited for her to get home. I didn't say a word, just let the tension build in the apartment. When she walked in, all smiles, asking about my day, I felt a detached calm, almost eerie. I took a breath, held it, and then let it out slow. We need to talk, I said, my voice flatter than I intended. She raised an eyebrow, a slight smirk playing on her lips. What's wrong, babe? You look like you've seen a ghost. I slid my phone across the table, the Airbnb photo stark against the dark screen. Her eyes darted from me to the phone, then back again. The color drained from her face faster than you could blink. What is this? She stammered, her voice thin. You tell me, I said, my voice steady, betraying none of the turmoil raging inside me. Looks like you had more than just wine tasting and a spa day on your chill girls trip. She immediately went into denial mode. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not me. It's photoshopped. The desperate lies were almost comical if they weren't so damn infuriating. I just sat there, watching her squirm. I didn't say a word. I just waited. And then, when she realized I wasn't buying any of her bullshit, when she saw the calm, unyielding look on my face, she folded. Okay, fine, she practically yelled, throwing her hands up. It was a dare! I was drunk! It meant nothing! A dare. Drunk. Meant nothing. The classic trifecta of excuses. My jaw tightened. A dare? So if someone dared you to jump off a bridge, you'd do it? If someone dared you to rob a bank, you'd do it? You think I'm that stupid? My voice was low, controlled, but the words cut. And drunk? That's an excuse for your behavior, not a justification. You knew what you were doing, Sarah. You chose to kiss that guy. You chose to lie about it. She started to cry, those fake tears I'd learned to recognize. You're overreacting. Are you going to throw away everything we have over one stupid moment? That stung. One stupid moment? I pushed myself up from the table, walking away from her, needing space before I said something I couldn't take back. If I went to Vegas for my bachelor party and was caught on camera making out with some stripper, or hell, any random woman, what would you do? Would you call it one stupid moment? Would you tell me I was overreacting? I turned back to face her, my eyes cold. No. You'd lose your damn mind. You'd call off the wedding. You'd tell everyone I was a piece of shit. And you'd be right to do it. This was it. The moment of truth. She wasn't genuinely sorry for what she did. She was sorry she got caught. She wasn't heartbroken about betraying me. She was heartbroken about the wedding, the ring, the stability. That's when it truly hit me. This wasn't about love for her. This was about getting that ring on her finger before she hit 30, before the market for her got tougher. This was about settling. And that realization, man, that was a bitter pill to swallow. I'm calling off the wedding, I said, the words feeling heavy, yet liberating as they left my mouth. Her wails intensified. You can't. Think about everything we've planned. The deposits. My dress. She wasn't thinking about us. She was thinking about the spectacle. The wedding. The image. Not the marriage itself. The wedding is off, I repeated, my voice firm. And there's nothing more to discuss. I walked into the bedroom, pulled out a suitcase, and started packing some of my stuff. I needed to get out of there. I needed air. I needed to think without her fake tears and manipulative bullshit polluting the space. The next few days were a blur of texts and calls. From her friends, from her mom. All saying the same goddamn thing. I was extreme, overreacting. That every bachelor party gets a little wild. And it doesn't mean she loves me any less. Seriously? Every bachelor party? Since when did a bachelorette party become a free pass to cheat? It's always the friends, isn't it? Enabling bad behavior, trying to gaslight you into thinking you're the crazy one for having standards. Her mom even had the audacity to say I was embarrassing the family by overreacting. Embarrassing the family? The only one embarrassing the family was her daughter, getting caught on camera kissing another dude a couple of months before her wedding. I bet her mom knew, maybe even encouraged it. She probably just wanted the status of being the mother of the bride. These people, man. No shame. I ignored most of them. A few I responded to with a simple, ask Sarah for the pictures. Then tell me if I'm overreacting. Crickets. That's what I got. Because they knew. They just didn't want to admit it. I did, however, get a lot of messages from my own friends, and even some random guys who heard about it through the grapevine. The support was overwhelming. A lot of guys told me I did the right thing. Some shared their own stories of being screwed over. One guy, Adam, who sent me this story in the first place, summed it up perfectly. If she's willing to do this now, before you're even married, what's she going to do when the spark isn't bright? When she's not feeling as excited and wanted? When life gets harder? That hit home. Hard. Because life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. And the second it gets hard, I can imagine she'd be looking for someone else to get hard with. I had this nagging feeling deep down, even before the photos, that something wasn't quite right. I kept pushing it away, telling myself it was just paranoia. But Adam nailed it. It wasn't just the cheating itself, it was the whole attitude around it. The lies. The gaslighting. The people who enabled that behavior. If there's no remorse, no respect for the relationship, what's the damn point? If I'd let this go, she would have known she could walk all over me, lie to me, gaslight me, and I'd cave. She'd never respect me. She doesn't respect me now. And that would be my marriage. Eventually, she'd cheat on me again, probably for real this time, have kids that might not be mine, and divorce me to take me to the cleaners. No. Just no. Cut your ties. Quick and clean. Some guy online even suggested taking out an announcement in the local newspaper about the cancellation, complete with the photo of her kissing the shirtless guy. Only then will her family know the true embarrassment. He wrote. Not overreacting. That definitely would get their attention. Sometimes people only understand the message when it hits them publicly. I'm all for standing my ground and not pretending everything's okay when it's not. I'm not going to be the guy who lets someone walk all over him. I haven't done that yet, but the thought crossed my mind. Control the narrative. Don't let them spin it. Another guy wrote. You did the right thing, and no, you're not overreacting. Her friends and what she said is just an excuse for her behavior, which is extremely unacceptable. I am willing to bet a lot more went on than just kissing, but this behavior will continue in the future if you were to marry her. You have your boundaries and your expectations of what you expect from the relationship, and she crossed over. And would she be willing to forgive you if you did the same type of thing? I don't think so. Under no circumstances take her back or marry her. Ignore her family, ignore her friends. I'm sorry this happened to you. Good luck. That message hit me hard. Thank you. I texted him back. I really appreciate the support. I'm starting to see that the excuses don't hold up, and this isn't just a one-time thing. Boundaries mean everything, and if she's willing to cross them now, it won't get better. I'm done making excuses for her. He was right. I'd spent too much time giving her the benefit of the doubt. Trying to be the understanding guy. The nice guy, as she probably saw me. The one who wouldn't make a fuss. But sometimes, being the nice guy means being a doormat. And I was done with that. My body had been screaming at me. The last few weeks leading up to this, I'd been sleeping like shit, my appetite was off, and I was constantly on edge. My work was even starting to take a hit. I didn't realize how much of it was due to the underlying stress and anxiety from her behavior, or my own nagging feeling that something was wrong. Now, looking back, the physical impact of that relationship stress was undeniable. It's funny how you don't see it when you're in it, but once you step away, the physical toll becomes obvious. I'm a fairly analytical guy. I try to logic my way through problems. I give people the benefit of the doubt, sometimes to a fault. I like to see things clearly, without emotional BS clouding the judgment. This whole situation, though, forced me to confront my own blind spots. I had ignored the gut feelings, the little inconsistencies, because I wanted the narrative to be true, that she loved me, that we were building a life together. I trusted her version of events over my own observations. That was a huge mistake. A costly one, both emotionally and financially, considering the deposits for the wedding. But lessons learned. The practical logistics of canceling a wedding 2 months out are a nightmare. Vendors, caterers, the venue, the invites that had already gone out. It was a damn mess. But it was a mess I was willing to clean up. Better to deal with the headache now than a lifetime of misery and disrespect. I called every vendor, explained the situation. Some were sympathetic, some were not. But it had to be done. I got back what I could, cut my losses on the rest. My financial security was a big deal to me. I had worked hard to build what I had, and I wasn't about to let someone else's recklessness jeopardize it. The more space I got from her, the clearer everything became. It's like a fog lifted. I could see the patterns now, plain as day. How she'd start a conflict, then play the victim when I reacted. How she'd spend my money freely, but guard her own like a dragon. How she had all these male friends she was allowed to hang out with, but God forbid I spent too much time with my own guy friends. The way she used intimacy as a reward or punishment. The casual gaslighting, denying things she clearly said. I never said that. Classic. She tried calling, texting, even showing up at my apartment a few times, playing the remorseful victim. You're making me feel unsafe right now, she'd say when I firmly told her to leave. Unsafe? I was simply asking her to respect my boundaries. The manipulation tactics, the therapy speak weaponized against me. It was all so clear now that I wasn't emotionally invested anymore. It was always someone else's fault, never hers. She wanted princess treatment, but contributed minimal effort to the actual relationship. Her social circle, those friends who initially tried to shame me, eventually quieted down. I heard through the grapevine that some of them were starting to see her true colors too. You can only keep up the facade for so long before people catch on. Her professional reputation? Probably not helped by her behavior either. And financially, well, she was on her own now. No more using my resources. The benefits she got from being with me, the stability, the sense of security, gone. That's her consequence. Not revenge-driven, just organic. You sow what you reap. I'm not going to lie, it hurt. It still stings a bit. But it's a different kind of pain now. It's the pain of a wound healing, not a fresh cut. I learned a hell of a lot about myself, about boundaries, and about what I won't tolerate. My trust in people has been recalibrated. I'm not cynical, but I'm definitely more discerning. I trust my gut more now. That little voice that says, something's off. I'm listening to it. The physical impact of the stress has started to fade. I'm sleeping better, eating better, and my focus at work is back to normal. My guy friends have been solid through all of this. They've listened, offered advice, and just generally had my back. It's good to have that network of men who get it, who've been there. They're a good reality check. So no, I'm not overreacting. I handled it like a boss, as some of my friends would say. I protected myself, my assets, my mental health, and my dignity. It was a tough decision, but it was the right one. And looking back, the only regret I have is not trusting my gut sooner. But hey, you live and learn. And sometimes you learn the hard way.